boosts my finances. How do all those things provide me a difficult relationship with money? I don't think that my like responsibility with money and my budgeting and my whatever are a part of my negative relationship with money or my difficult relationship with money. I think they are skills that I've built up because of my difficult relationship with money. Because money really stresses me out, I've found ways like budgeting and tracking my savings and my earnings and my spendings, and that's all budgeting, but that's a skill I've built to help me feel less stressed about money. Doesn't mean I'm not still stressed about money and still have a difficult relationship with money. It's just a skill that I've built to lessen that worry for myself and to just feel more confident. Miami's not for me, no. I feel like no city where it is like the stereotype that it costs $1,000 to $1 billion to live there is the city for me. I'm not interested in New York. I'm not interested in any fucking California cities. I'm not interested in, like, I don't know, Colorado has some expensive places to live, like Denver. I'm not interested in paying way too much to just live. Like, I want to live outside of a big enough city that it has a good airport, but I want to live outside of the city, and I don't want it to cost me $1 million to live. So, yeah. One day. But anyway, thank you really how much. Oh yeah, thank you, Kenny. No worries. The Cali weather is not worth everything else, no. And also, honestly, if your weather is perfect most of the time and fucking forest fires and ash the rest of the time, you don't have great weather. Sorry. And droughts and, yeah, water shortages. Not actually perfect weather in my mind. Forest fires and droughts don't make perfect weather in my mind. Sounds like Boston. Thank you, Gold One, and thank you really how much. Well, I used to live in New Mexico, and then I lived in Colorado. And, I lived, well, my mom lived in Denver a few years ago, still. So I've been to Denver recently, but, more like southern Colorado, is where I used to live when I was younger. It was, I have family in Pagosa Springs, but we didn't live in Pagosa Springs. Where did we live? I don't know. But we lived in Farmington, New Mexico, which is close to the border of Colorado. And then we lived in Colorado around that area, like closer to the border of New Mexico. So, you know, similar little range. And then we did the same thing with Mississippi and Tennessee, where we lived in Memphis, Tennessee, which is right on the border of Mississippi. And there were like stores that we went to that the front half was in Tennessee and the back half was in Mississippi. Which I don't know how they chose to file their taxes, if they got to choose what state to file their taxes in. That's an interesting question that I always had about that. But, yeah, so I've lived in New Mexico, Colorado, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Texas. Yeah. But But I think I want to move to the northeast area when my lease is up here. I don't know. I don't know where yet. Don't ask me. I have some friends in New York State, not New York City. No, Troy, New York. I have some friends in Rhode Island. I have some friends in Boston. So like that kind of northeastern seaboard area. And so I'm thinking I might move up there. Because I want to have 4 seasons. I'm not happy with the weather in Texas anymore. That's for damn sure. Name one important thing that you took from in moving to another city or state that you think would change your life. When you've been in one city for a really long time, you know, you assume that the way people act in that region of the world is what's normal, the way, you know, the things that exist in that area are what's normal. And so moving to another city just gives you such a different perspective on normal in general. You know, you live in like fucking Mississippi and you have you know, the shipping vessels that go up and down the Mississippi, and so you can get fish and all kinds of things that you can't get landlocked in the middle of Texas. And you just don't expect like fish to be something that you really miss. Like there's fish here, sure, but it's just not the same as other fish in other places. And so yeah, your whole definition of normal changes when you move to another area, another city. Yeah. And like where I used to live in a couple smaller cities, you know, there was no Indian food places. There was no, and if there were, I didn't know about them because it wasn't my normal. And moving to new cities where I meet new people who are like, you should try this Indian place, you know, your whole, like I said, your whole definition of normal changes. You learn all new things, not about yourself, but about the world, just in seeing the difference. I don't know. That's what I would say I take from moving to different cities. You can get it from traveling to different cities, but it's different when you move there, and you have to like readjust the way that you live to exist in a new place. Thank you really how much. Oh, thank you, Cam Addict. Ithaca? Yeah. For a while I was thinking about, North Carolina, kind of more in between the Northeast and the South, because I had a couple of friends in North Carolina, but I don't know. Mountains are nice. It's not super harsh winters, but it's winters and it's seasons. Like, I love it for the land reasons and less for the people and the things you can do there and the, I don't know, cities. I don't know if it's a perfect fit though, so I think I've backtracked on North Carolina. I really don't know where to go yet. Thank you, Gold One. And thanks, Kenny. that's great. I agree, Kenny. It's really good to focus on the things that you've done well and congratulate yourself for them. I do think that you asked a great question. Hello, who farted? There a state where I don't have friends? Yes. Like the fucking Midwest area. I don't have any friends in like Kansas. I don't have any friends in Idaho. I don't have any friends in like Delaware. Delaware is pretty small though. It's pretty easy to not have a friend in Delaware. Oh, I also have a friend in Philadelphia, so that's another Northeast friend that, like, that area, that sort of Northeast area, I feel like that's where my people are mainly at. My family is mainly in the South, but, like, they're not really my people, if that makes sense. Yeah, Asheville. Asheville, and I went to where did I go in North Carolina last year? I was convinced I was gonna move to North Carolina this year when my lease was up at my old place, but COVID happened, so you know, rethinking it. I did forget Ask Miss Muffet. Thank you for the reminder, Marcus. Hi, fast friend. Good to see you. But yeah, I went to North Carolina a couple times last year, like, I'm gonna move here, and I need to know what it's like here. So I'm gonna go here a couple times, and, yeah. Stuff happens, not moving there, so that's a thing. Thank you, X11B. Hello, Tom Kenobi. Welcome. Well, that's an interesting message. But please explain to me what a duck dick is. Is it corkscrewed like a duck penis? Or is it shaped like a duck? Does a duck dick look like this or like this? You know, is it a got a corkscrew, or do we have a rubber duck? Who's to say? Had to tell my friend I'm streaming. Ah! Mute my phone. Is that a new bot? Who's to say? Washington State. Well, Washington is another one of those states that's kind of expensive to live in. And the weather really depends on what side of the mountains you're on. So, yeah. I have a friend in Washington State. So, another friend, another state. What if it's like a rubber duck, but with a corkscrew like unicorn horn? Oregon. I've thought about Portland, Oregon. I have a friend in Portland. But that's another kind of expensive city to live in. It's surprising how Washington and Oregon, honestly, it's pretty expensive to live in any of the coastal, like, big cities. Yeah. But like I said, it depends what side of the mountains you're on for Washington and Oregon, what kind of weather you get. Because it can be overcast and rainy most of the time if you're on that side of the mountain. Depends what side of the mountains you're on. I'm fine with overcast and rainy. I am. But I don't know. New Zealand would be awesome. Oh, thank you, Marcus. I was thinking about moving to Scotland for a while. I have family in Scotland. I have my Italian citizenship, which counts as EU citizenship. And so I would just have to apply for an EU transfer to Scotland and live in Scotland for 2 years before I could apply for full citizenship. I don't know with what I do now if I'd be able to, but what I used to do, I thought I'd be able to. So, I've thought about Scotland. I don't know though. I have family there, but I don't really have friends there. As much as I want to get out of the US sometimes, like, I don't know. I don't know. The hard question, where to live? No idea. Everywhere has its own problems. Nowhere is perfect. And nowhere is just gonna make you magically happy. Like if you are thinking, I just have to find the place where I belong, it's probably you're not gonna find it just moving around. It's not gonna punch you in the face, if you just refuse to settle. I think the thing about finding where you belong in the world is you have to make a place where you belong in the world. You know, you want something, you gotta do it your damn self. And if you want to have like a close-knit community, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you have to build that close-knit community. So, I don't think, like, obviously, certain places, it'll be easier to have that close-knit community, and so you can move a place where you think it will be easier for you to create what you want, but you still have to create what you want. You're still not just gonna find a place where you belong and everything is perfect. It's not gonna happen. So, I used to think if I just could find the place where I belonged, it would all be fine. And I just needed to find where I belonged, but no. I don't think that's the case anymore. Mhm. I haven't been to Wyoming. No. The thing is, though, the more places you live, the more you understand what you personally are willing to tolerate in a place. You know, the more places you live, you'll know how different places and cultures and people behave, and what you like versus don't like, and what you want out of a place. So you'll be able to choose a place that makes you happier. You just gotta fucking get all those data points for yourself first. Which sucks. Moving a bunch of stuff and a cat isn't easy. It's not cheap. And so while I want to live in a new state every year and say fuck it, it's still challenging to do that. It's still easier not to, and cheaper to stay put. And you don't have to move all your shit all the time. So, thank you, Tommy. Thank you, thank you. What's my biggest pet peeve? Toxic masculinity. Yeah. Just men who don't let other men have feelings, and who, you know, think that they have to have a big fucking truck that dumps a bunch of fucking black smoke because they have to compensate for something. I don't know. Just toxic masculinity in so many different forms just really frustrates the hell out of me. So, biggest pet peeve right there. The popular psychology expression is, wherever you go, there you are. There you go. Your shit. San Francisco is my place? No, it's so expensive. And I cannot, I don't know. I don't want to spend over $2,000 a month. I have a friend who lives in San Francisco. I have plenty of friends not where I'm at, which is great, because I love being social. Let me tell you something. I see like 2 or 3 people a week nowadays, and a lot of the time they flake on me. So, being social is really hard. And I feel like if I didn't ask people to hang out with me, no one would ever ask me. And that's a terrible feeling. I want to be somebody people want to hang out with and ask to hang out. God. It's different with stream though. You guys only see the part of me that I put on stream, okay? So, you'd be like, oh, I would hang out with you all the time. I would ask to hang out with you. Okay, but you don't know 100% of who I am. As a friend, as a person, in public, at a party, at a whatever. I don't know. All you get is who I am on stream. That's not all me. So anyway, who knows? But, no. This isn't in, I don't know. Anyway. Fuck. I have a friend in San Francisco who works in real estate, and so they have lots of money, because San Francisco real estate is a pretty lucrative fucking business. So, But do I want to work in real estate? No. No, I don't. I just want to have good internet. That's what I want. Thank you, X11B. Everyone, please thank X11B for the generous support of the stream. Link with both eyes. Yeah, I don't want to live in San Francisco. I don't want to live in any big cities that cost a bunch to live in. I've been to a lot of big cities that cost a bunch to live in, and I'm not impressed. I don't think they're much better than other cities that aren't as expensive. They have things, right, that draw a bunch of people there, but they're not things that I feel are necessary for my health and well-being. So, I'm not gonna fucking spend that much money to live. Fuck it. I've been saying fucking a lot. As an expletive, but also a description. I don't know. The fucking this and fucking that, and I'm just like, wow. Great vocabulary. Good job. Is this Tchaikovsky? I think so. I can only hear it very minimally so that it doesn't pick up on the microphone and have reverb for you guys. So I very rarely get to hear the music that's playing, but we're listening to romantic classical music. So yeah, it could be Tchaikovsky. Fuck off to the excessive costs of living. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've thought about moving back to New Mexico. The thing about New Mexico is I like it there a lot. Especially like Santa Fe is nice, but Albuquerque is beautiful, wonderful city. Love Albuquerque, New Mexico. But I don't know anyone left in New Mexico. As weird as it sounds, like I was born there and I grew up there. I don't really know anyone in New Mexico. And it's not exactly like the weather I'm looking for. I feel like weather is important to me right now for some reason. I want to live in a place that has 4 distinct seasons that, you know, I don't know, that I can enjoy distinctly. Like, we are in fall now and it feels like fall. I've lived in so many places that just never had that like nice seasonal change, and it's something that I want, because the thing is, the weather's never gonna be perfect anywhere. There's always something wrong with the weather everywhere, and so I want to go to a place where the weather is at least changing, and I can appreciate each of the seasons more because they are distinct. Because I can't fucking appreciate summer in the South. I can't. It's like all year almost. I can't even appreciate winter in the South because it's not, I don't know. And fall and spring are pretty up in the air. Tiny little baby bullshit don't really exist much seasons. So I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. I think I would enjoy the sunshine and the summer and the heat and also just the cold in the winter and snow so much more if I had multiple seasons. So I want that. That's something that I want. I think it would be easier for me to appreciate the weather no matter what it is or where I was if it was distinct season. So, that's what I want. That's a limitation I've set for myself specifically so that I can, you know, limit, so I can overcome tyranny of choice. Like, there are a bunch of states to move to, lots of them. But if I want to narrow it down, I have to put limitations in place. Like, I want the place to have 4 seasons. So, narrowing things down. That's, yeah, important goal. Albuquerque, New Mexico is beautiful, though. You should, if you haven't ever been to Albuquerque and you're looking for a place, I mean, they have a lovely hot air balloon festival. It's like, it is a really beautiful part of New Mexico. A lot of people think New Mexico is all desert, just like a lot of people think Texas is all desert. But I mean, New Mexico is very close to Colorado, and there are mountains, there are lush green areas, and it's, yeah, totally worth going to some of those little microclimates in states where you assume it's all one way. Yeah. Yep. Texas is so big, I don't understand why anyone would assume it was all desert or all one anything. It's so big. How could it possibly be homogeneous, ecologically? No. Thank you, Goldwyn. When you lived in Seattle, we had 9 months of March and 3 months of October. I mean, hell, if I'm gonna have months of anything, spring and fall seem pretty cash money. But I still think that I would be able to appreciate all weather more if, like I said, 4 seasons. Because, like, down south, you have to pretend that it's fall and winter. And you have to go to, like, cemeteries where they planted weird different trees on purpose to see a tree that is changing color in the fall. It's, not great. You know, cemeteries are very much like arboretums. People plant, like, weird different trees there that don't appear in many other places in your state. So check out your local cemetery and see what kind of weird, interesting, and different trees you can find. Yeah. Hawaii is worth it. I don't agree. My aunt and